Ooh, that looks tasty. Folks, today the Hungry Gamer is back with another game review, and today we're talking about Forever Home from Birdwood Games, designed by Letty and Jack Hazel, and with art by Dominique Vassy and Dan May. And I do apologize if I mispronounced any of those names. Now, what this game is this is a light competitive game in which you are making various patterns with tiles on your board in order to accomplish these dog patterns as you strive to be the best dog trainer, dog rehomer at the shelter. And whichever player manages to rehome the most dogs by the end of the game is going to be crowned the #1 employee of the month at the dog shelter. Now, if you are not interested in how this game is played and just want to jump into my final thoughts, then you want to go to the timestamp on the screen right now. For those of us still here, let's talk about how this game is played. This game is very simple. What's going to happen is at the beginning of the game, you're going to set out these various goals here for points you're going to get for rehoming dogs in the city, suburbs, countryside, or in a foster home. And then you're going to randomly set out with these little dog meeples here, which are quite cute, as you can see. You're going to set those out into this board here, which are going to be various in-game scoring conditions. For example, this one over here is whoever has the most of that particular color dog, the yellow dogs left over in their kennel, will get those points. Now, the core of the game is going to be made up by playing and adding and moving dogs in your shelter right here. And to do that on your turn, you're going to get to do 2 actions, and you have 3 options of things that you can do, and you are welcome to repeat. The simplest one is you can move a dog in your shelter, either diagonally or orthogonally. Nice and simple. Next thing you can do is from the market up here, you can take a single dog. So perhaps I want to go ahead and take this one right here and place it somewhere in my shelter. And then, of course, it will refill again. And the last thing that you're able to do is you're able to claim one of these dog training cards. And again, you simply take one, it goes into your hand, and again, you replace it with another one. Now, the way that you're going to win is at some point you're going to be able to accomplish one of these goals. So for example, let's just say that I have this set up in my kennel like so. And on my turn, let's just say that I decide to do a move one dog here, and my second action, move a dog here. And so as you can see, now we have matched this. We have 2 of the same dog here and the other one in the middle. Then we look on the card, and we see that this card is worth 0 points at the end of the game. However, I do get to rehome 2 dogs. So then I can take any of these 3, I can take any 2 of these 3 dogs, and I can rehome them where it is that I would like. And now this is where you start paying attention to your in-game scoring cards. So for example here, perhaps I want to take these 2 dogs and place them in the countryside, and I have 2 of my 3 that I need of the same type of dog towards 6 points. Or perhaps instead, I want to work towards the city one, in which case maybe I take the purple and the blue, and then I have 2 of the different 5 that I need in order to get up to 9 points. And that's how this game's going to work. As soon as one player has completed 7 of these cards, everyone will get another turn and the game will end, and you'll add up your points. Highest score is the winner. And that's pretty much how this game works. So what do I like about this game? The first thing, and the most obvious thing, is it is so incredibly cute. If I had to make a list of the cutest games out there, it's a list of 2, and it's a 1A, 1B, or 1A, 1A, whatever, and it is Flamecraft, Forever Home. We're done. Everything else is second place compared to those 2 things, because it is so unbelievably adorable. And so that is clearly the first thing. The next thing I'll say is it's a pretty darn good production for a retail game. And what I mean by that is it's not a Kickstarter. Usually you have Kickstarters and they have all these bonuses and stretch goals and stuff, but it is a good production all the way around. It's got that nice big old bag in there. It has those adorable little dog pools, whatever you want to call them, and it's a really nice production. The next thing I'll say is I like that this is one of those games that is very simple and that you have 3 actions that you can do, but there is so much depth to how you manage it. And there's also, I didn't even show you, but there's another side that is a little more complex. And all of it is very, very clever because not only are you faced with this kind of challenge of when do I want to gather more resources, when do I want to move something, when do I want to place something, but because you're limited by the number of cards that you can accomplish, you're really limited by making that choice of when do I pull the trigger on these different cards? When do I make this happen? Because the end game actually comes pretty darn quick. And it comes in what I think is a pretty darn satisfying way. I'll also say I played it with the solo game, and the solo game is a fun challenge. I'm not particularly good at it, but it is definitely a solid challenge, and you do get the vibe of the general gameplay as you're doing it, and I always appreciate that, though it is a beat your own score type thing, which is not necessarily my favorite, but for a game that is this quick and this simple, I think it does work pretty well. Speaking of, it is a quick, simple game. You can teach people very quickly, and you can play a game in definitely under an hour. Once you all know what you're doing, you're going to be playing this game in half an hour, maybe even less. And to me, that is always a winner for a small box, easy to table, adorable game. Anybody who likes dogs is going to be happy to play this game because it is adorable, it's simple to play, and the theme is just so heartwarming. So what are my quibbles with the game? Well, I mean, clearly the first thing is if you're not into dogs, then you're definitely not into this. The next thing I'm going to say is it is, as I said, it's very, very simple. It's very, very quick. It's not a deep game. There is some quality of planning that you have to put into it. You really have to think about what you're doing, but it's not deep. There's definitely choices to be made, but it's not deep. And so it just comes down to what are you looking for? To me, this is a perfect like big box store style game where if you were to pick this up, anybody can pick this thing up and they're going to be happy with what they have. And I think that says a lot. This is such a lovely little game. And I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. One, I mean, I love the theme, of course. Beatrice, the board game dog, approves as well. But it's just so sweet, and it's really satisfying to play. So there you have it, folks. That is Forever Home. I was remiss in not saying that this was a review copy sent to me by the publisher, though I've received no money for this video. And as always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.